Hello, my friends, and welcome back. Thank you very much for being with me again today. We have some very revealing statements coming from Lloyd Austin, the Defense Minister, Secretary of Defense of the United States of America, after the Ramstein format that met in Brussels, and that is, the countries that actually are in charge of, with Ukraine, in charge of fighting Russia on the territory of Ukraine. And these guys are discussing over there what else, what kind of decisions, what next move should be to take care of Russia. And the thing is, this article that I have here, I think is very revealing because this group it's starting to really say it the way it is. Sometimes don't want to be, say, yes, I did it. You're like, oh, yeah, You get courage and then you expose yourself and say, yes, I did it. What are you going to do about it? Nothing. And people who have a certain kind of narcissistic trend, more exaggerated than others, they like to be recognized when they do something that's, not quite okay. And in this case, obviously, the NATO countries cannot come forward and say, yes, we are behind Ukraine and we are going to do this and we are actually fighting you, but you can't hit us because we're not actually involved. We're just, So let me show you this article first. This comes from Ukrinform from February 14th, 2023. This guy right here, Austin, at Ramstein meeting, we will help Ukraine advance during spring counteroffensive. So there will be a counteroffensive, that's the one, and the other information is we will help Ukraine advance. Who's we? Now, obviously he speaks in the name of the United States and in the name of what? Okay, look, his face is not very, how should I put it, convincing to me. I wouldn't want to be on the same team with him, but actually I am, because he's the U.S. Secretary of Defense. But anyway, he was in the board of directors of Raytheon, the big arms manufacturer company in the United States of America, and now he's the U.S. Defense Minister, Secretary of Defense. So yeah. But it's okay because that's how it's in the United States of America. It's a, campaign donations have nothing to do with anything. I'm not implying anything. Nothing illegal here. Now, the Ukraine Defense Contact Group, which is the countries that actually, command and I think they just decide what's going on, will deliver the support they have promised to Ukrainian defenders, to the guys who are going to kill themselves over there fighting the Russians, in order to advance during the spring counteroffensive. So we find out we have here a counteroffensive in the spring, and then we say that we will deliver the promised blah, blah, blah. Okay, the relevant statement was made by the U.S. Secretary of Defense Lloyd Austin at the opening of the 9th meeting of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group in the Ramstein format in Brussels, a Ukrinform correspondent reports. Now, if this group would be a group that would be really a group and not really ordered and commanded by these guys, led by these guys, United States, then you would have a Polish Minister of Defense making the statement in the name of this contact group, not this guy. Or you would have, I don't know, maybe another guy from a different country. But again, sometimes these guys cannot help showing who they are because, let me give you a little information, and probably you're aware of this. Sometimes the serial killers, the criminals, they have a kick by being chased after. Not only the sick kick of committing the crimes they are committing, being them whatever sexual or whatever they are, criminal as they are, but they like to be chased. It's that little pleasure, masochistic pleasure that I might get in trouble, the excitement. And sometimes from the investigator's side, detective side, they start making all kind of statements that are very outrageous, like stupid, dumb. And then these guys are like, hey, what are you doing? I'm here. You know, they want to be praised. Oh, look at this criminal. He's not that dumb. You know what I mean? But if you say this and this and this, he's going to try to expose himself, or at least draw the attention. He's going to maybe make a mistake in distracting the investigation from the lead that was exposed there, supposedly, that's the lead, towards him a little bit, so he can have a kick. Remember, when some of these serial killers were captured in the end, and they were imprisoned, they gladly gave interviews. They gladly showed in front of the camera. They gladly boasted how smart they were, how they fooled people, how they hid, because they have a big dose of paranoia and narcissistic trends. So at one point you want to get out and say, it was me all along. So here with these guys, they can't say, well, we are actually organizing all this, we are in charge of this Russia and the world, or the rest of the world. But they don't want to be placing everything on Ukraine, like it's Ukraine who does that. The problem is it's an ego here. Ukraine, some of Ukraine leaders, they have this thought, or nowadays, that they think that they are the center of the universe. That was given to them. But this guy right here, it seems like he wants to take over. I don't have to tell you that this guy and other generals have a big head. And remember, when you were used for so many years, are used so many years to give orders and everybody to listen to you, you think you are who you really are. The chief of the army. You're in charge of the whole US Army, the greatest force in the world. And if you're in the board of directors of one of the 2 or 3 biggest arms manufacturing companies, again, you are somebody, and he is. So I'm assuming that, I'm 99.9% that he's got a big head. And for good reasons, because he's got to the top. All right, so this guy is basically saying that we are going to help you, we're going to promise you, we're going to do this for your counteroffensive, we're the one. And I'm quoting, this contact group has made it clear that we will support Ukraine's fight for freedom over the long haul and help Ukraine hold and advance during the spring counteroffensive. End quote. Austin noted. In his words, with unity and urgency, the member countries of the contact group will deliver the support that they have promised to Ukraine. Okay, this is just to give us the interpretation, kind of. A reminder that the 9th meeting of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group in the Ramstein format is taking place in Brussels on February 14th, today, 2023. So here we have this guy, this situation. The situation is as it is. And this guy said there's going to be a counteroffensive, which we kind of knew, but this he announced us. He's the big guy, not anybody else. He is the one. Why? Because they give the most money and aid and probably command and information and directions and all that, intelligence. It was an article that I read. I'm probably gonna make a video about it, where it was an Ukrainian general, I think he said the intelligence information from United States, and I'm paraphrasing his quote, so it's not like I'm saying that without the intelligence information and data from United States, we would have nothing, zero, something like that. So this is it. They will go for a long haul, and we will support them in the spring counter-offensive. So get ready. Thank you very much for being with me again today. Stay strong, stay smart, look for the truth, and be just.